88% of AI agent projects fail before reaching production. Not because the models are bad, because developers are still writing the loop by hand. This video is about the design decision hiding inside every agent tutorial. You'll see 3 frameworks that replace that loop with goals, and 1 rule for choosing between them. 88%. And out of almost 2,000 enterprise deployments, only 95 organizations had agents running at production scale. Let that sink in. Here's what most of those failed projects have in common: a while loop. The model returns a tool call, you execute it, you feed the result back, and you loop again, until something breaks or the context window fills up. So that's fun. At production scale, that loop is a liability. No state persistence, 1 failed step restarts everything. And in March of this year, Datadog recorded 8.4 million rate limit errors across AI providers. So, that's fun. So, what's the alternative to writing loops? Before, you're writing infrastructure, loops, error handlers, retry logic, state management. After, you're writing goals, an agent, a task, a crew, and the framework runs the rest. Declarative agent design means you say what needs to happen, not how. The framework owns the execution loop. You own the logic. It's like SQL. You tell the database what result you want. You don't write the query plan. Imperative code? You spin the loop, call the tool, handle the output, manage state, all of it. Declarative, you define the agent, define the task, define the goal. One is plumbing. The other is architecture. Define what needs to happen. Let the framework handle how. That's the entire shift. 3 frameworks are betting on this model. They're not the same bet. 3 frameworks, 3 different philosophies about what an agent actually is. Pick the one that matches how you think about your problem. CrewAI thinks in teams. You define each agent's role, goals, and backstory. You assemble them into a crew. The crew coordinates. You never touch the loop. LangGraph thinks in graphs. Nodes are units of work. Edges are the transitions. State persists at every checkpoint, so if step 7 of 10 fails, it resumes from step 7. That's why it leads production deployments. AutoGen thinks in conversations. Agents literally talk to each other, building shared context through dialogue. It's powerful for complex reasoning. But 4 agents running 5 rounds? 20 LLM calls. Minimum. That adds up fast. By early 2026, LangGraph had pulled ahead in enterprise production deployments. CrewAI leads for team-oriented prototyping, the fastest path from idea to working agent. AutoGen holds ground in research and complex reasoning. OpenAI's Agents SDK offers the most opinionated, minimal setup path. Here's the thing. None of them are wrong. They're each optimizing for something different. Your job is to know which something you care about. Now, the actual decision. 3 questions decide the pick. Do you think in roles and goals? CrewAI. Do you think in state machines? LangGraph. Do you need agent dialogue? AutoGen. Want hosted, minimal setup? OpenAI Agents SDK. The production trap is picking by hype. LangGraph leads enterprise deployments by early 2026. but it also has the steepest entry point. CrewAI gets you to a working agent the fastest. Pick based on where your team is right now, not what's trending on Hacker News. In my read, CrewAI wins on speed to a first working agent. LangGraph wins on production fault tolerance. AutoGen wins on complex reasoning depth. No framework scores highest on all three. That's the point. Start with the framework that matches how you think about the problem. Not the one with the most stars. Not the one in the tutorial you watched last week. The one whose mental model fits yours. One last thing. What actually ships? 5 signals. Restart from any failed step without starting over. A hard cap on loop iterations. Rate limit errors are caught and retried. A human can pause and correct at any point. Every tool call has a trace you can read. Quick version. 88% of agent projects fail. Most of them are stuck writing the loop by hand. CrewAI, LangGraph, and AutoGen each give you a way to stop doing that. Pick by mental model. Ship with fault tolerance built in. The framework you pick now shapes how fast you iterate and how hard debugging gets later. All 3 frameworks are linked in the description. I put one of these out every week. Subscribe, and it'll be waiting. Next one goes deep on LangGraph state persistence. That's where most developers get stuck.